Hello everyone, and in today's video, we're going to dive into the scary world of Contagion. Released in 2011, Contagion is a medical thriller film directed by Steven Soderbergh that charts the spread of a deadly virus transmitted by respiratory droplets and fomites, and the efforts of medical researchers and public health officials to identify and contain the disease, which becomes a global pandemic. The film features an all-star cast including Matt Damon, Lawrence Fishburne, Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kate Winslet and Marion Cotillard. Let's explore the cast's incredible transformation, see their ages and what they look like today. So, let's start. Dr. Leonora Orantes is an epidemiologist at the World Health Organization investigating the origin of the deadly virus spreading around the world. She travels to Hong Kong, where the first case was recorded, and tries to trace the contacts of patient zero. Dr. Leonora is played by Marion Cotillard, a French actress who was born on September 30, 1975 in Paris, France. Some of her other roles are Edith Piaf in La Vie en Rose and Mal Cobb in Inception. Marion was 35 years old, and is currently 48 years old. Mitch Emhoff is the husband of Beth Emhoff, the first fatal victim of the virus in the United States. He is immune to the disease, but loses his wife and stepson Clark within days, and tries to protect his teenage daughter, Jory, by keeping her quarantined at home. Mitch is played by Matt Damon, an American actor who was born on October 8, 1970 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Some of his other roles are Jason Bourne in the Bourne series and Will Hunting in Good Will Hunting. Damon was 40 years old, and is currently 53 years old. Dr. Ellis Cheever is the Deputy Director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which coordinates the response to the pandemic. He sends his colleague Aaron Mears to investigate the cases in Minneapolis, and oversees the development of a vaccine by the CDC laboratory. Dr. Ellis is played by Lawrence Fishburne, an American actor who was born on July 30, 1961 in Harlem, New York. Some of his other roles are Morpheus in the Matrix trilogy and Dr. Raymond Langston in the CSI series. Fishburne was 49, and is currently 62 years old. Alan Crumweed is a blogger and freelance journalist who spreads conspiracy theories about the virus and the pharmaceutical industry. He claims to have cured himself of the disease using a homeopathic remedy, and encourages his followers to buy it. Alan is played by Jude Law, a British actor who was born on December 29, 1972 in Lewisham, London. Some of his other roles are Dr. John Watson in the Sherlock Holmes series and Jan Rog in Captain Marvel. Law was 38 years old, and is currently 50 years old. Dr. Aaron Mears is a CDC official who is sent to Minneapolis to contain the outbreak in the city. She tries to locate and isolate all of Beth Emhoff's contacts, but faces difficulties with a lack of resources and cooperation from local authorities. Dr. Aaron is played by Kate Winslet, a British actress who was born on October 5, 1975 in Reading, Berkshire. Some of her other roles are Rose in Titanic and Hannah Schmitz in The Reader. Winslet was 35, and is currently 48 years old. Aubrey Cheever is the fiancée of Dr. Ellis Cheever who lives in Chicago. She receives a call from him warning her to leave town before the virus spreads. She follows his advice, but is pursued by government agents who want to confiscate her vaccination bracelet. Aubrey is played by Sanaa Lathan, an American actress who was born on September 19, 1971 in New York. Some of her other roles are Monica Wright in Love and Basketball and Donna Tubbs in the series Family Guy. Lathan was 39, and is currently 52 years old. Beth Emhoff is the wife of Mitch Emhoff and mother of Clark and Jory. She is a marketing executive who travels on business to Hong Kong, where she has an affair with her ex-boyfriend. Beth is played by Gwyneth Paltrow, an American actress who was born on September 27, 1972 in Los Angeles, California. Some of her other roles are Pepper Potts in the Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise and Viola Delaware Lesseps in Shakespeare in Love. Paltrow was 38 years old, and is currently 51 years old. Lyle Haggerty is a United States Navy admiral who works at the Department of Defense. He oversees military operations related to the virus crisis, including the deployment of troops to maintain public order and national security. Lyle is played by Bryan Cranston, an American actor who was born on March 7, 1956 in Hollywood, California. Some of his other roles are Walter White in Breaking Bad and Hal in Malcolm in the Middle. Cranston was 55 years old, and is currently 67 years old. Ian Sussman is a scientist and professor at the University of California, San Francisco. He is one of the few researchers who can grow the virus in the laboratory, defying CDC orders to destroy his samples. Ian is played by Elliot Gould, an American actor who was born on August 29, 1938 in Brooklyn, New York. Some of his other roles are Trapper John McIntyre in MASH and Ruben Tishkoff in the Ocean's trilogy. Gould was 73 years old, and is currently 85 years old. Dr. Ali Hextall is a physician and scientist at the CDC who leads the research team to develop a vaccine against the virus. She uses her own cell as a guinea pig to test the effectiveness of the vaccine, risking her life in the process. Ali is played by Jennifer Ehle, a British-American actress who was born on December 29, 1969 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Some of her other roles are Elizabeth Bennet in Pride and Prejudice and Anastasia Steele in 50 Shades of Grey. Ehle was 41 years old, and is currently 53 years old. Roger is a janitor who works in the building where CDC's Dr. Ellis Cheever lives. He takes advantage of the emergency situation to extort money from Dr. Cheever in exchange for keeping his apartment safe and clean. Roger is played by John Hawkes, an American actor who was born on September 11, 1959 in Alexandria, Minnesota. Some of his other roles are Teardrop Dolly in Winter's Bone and Mark O'Brien in The Sessions. Hawkes was 52 years old, and is currently 64 years old. Dr. David Eisenberg is a physician and scientist at the CDC who works with Dr. Ali Hextall on vaccine research against the virus. It helps analyze the virus's genetic data and monitor the vaccine's clinical trials. David is played by Demetri Martin, an American comedian, writer and actor who was born on May 25, 1973 in New York, New York. Some of his other works are Important Things with Demetri Martin and Dean. Martin was 38 years old, and is currently 50 years old. I hope you enjoyed this video about Contagion. This film is considered one of the best medical thriller films of all time, and a masterpiece by Steven Soderbergh. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.